everybody. Guess what day it is today? It is Wacky Wednesday. No, it is day 4, Moment of Presence. And you are here with me. Thank you very much for joining me. I am Michelle Barone of Moksha Grace Coaching. I am a certified life coach, and I help my clients unconditionally love and accept themselves, all their quirks, their perfect imperfections, and that's what makes them who they are. And I like to help them get to know who they are so they can be themselves entirely and authentically. So we are going to talk today about what is the key? What is the key to life when you feel like your life has plateaued? And, have you ever met somebody or maybe yourself and you're saying all the right things, you doing all the right things, and yet you're still stuck and you're not sure why. You're not sure what's happening because you think that everything is moving along the way it should be, but yet you're not moving. You're not moving forward with life or in the direction that you want to. And what is the key to start moving again? And how can we figure that out? So today I am going to give you some pointers that worked for me, some thoughts and techniques that work for my clients, and I am going to share them with you today. So if you know somebody that needs to hear this conversation today, please reach out to them right now and share this live with them. Get them in the group, get them on the live right now, and let them listen in. They're going to thank you for that. They're gonna really be grateful that you shared that with them. So as we always do, we're going to do some breath work, breath work. And so what we're going to do is we are going to take 3 deep breaths. But this week, we are going to count to 5, and then we're going to exhale for 5. And then we're going to do that 2 more times. And I was reading an article the other day, and Krista actually shared it with me. So thank you, Krista. And it was doing this kind of breathing for 20 minutes a day can actually bring down your chances of having Alzheimer's. So I will post that article and you can read it for yourself, but we're going to increase our breaths and do some of them today and practice, and then you can do them on your own 20 minutes. I think it was actually 20 minutes twice a day, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna practice that today. So big deep breath in. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And an exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a big inhale again, up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it there for a second. And slowly exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So why do we do that every week? We take that time to take those deep breaths so that we can be here and be in the moment and really put our listening ears on and hopefully be inspired by the topic today and what we're going to talk about. So, as I was saying before, we have a tendency to get to a certain level in our life, and then things kind of plateau and we stop expanding, we stop learning. And so, last week we discussed the purpose of being here. And this week we're going to talk about when you feel like you're in your purpose, when you feel like things should be going right, but you are in a state of stagnation, right? You've just plateaued. So why does this happen? So I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I want you to play with me. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Krista. And if you're here, please put your name in the comments so I can see that you're here, because Facebook doesn't always show me who's here. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to answer them in the chat. Okay. What emotional state are you in the majority of your day? Is it a state of just happiness? Is it overwhelm? Is it stress? Is it anxiety? The majority of your day on average. So just put that in the chat. Keep answering. What emotional state did you wake up in? And what emotional state do you normally go to sleep in? So in the morning, are you waking up feeling dread? Hey, Kathy, nice to see you. Are you going to sleep feeling tired and overwhelmed and feeling like you didn't get enough done in the day? Are you feeling satisfaction, right? And happy with how the day went? So just throw it in the chat, your answers. How would you rather feel throughout your day? So your ideal perfect day, and what does that feel like? What range of emotions did you feel throughout the day on that ideal day? And we may have to think about that ideal day. When was the last time you had an ideal day? So the reason why I'm asking this is because it plays a part in understanding the universal law of vibration. Everything has a vibration, a frequency. Emotions, your desires, things, inanimate objects, everything has a vibration. So are your actions and emotions matching the frequency of what you are desiring? So a lot of times we may say, someone says, "Oh, how's work?" It's good. It's fine. It's my favorite one. It's fine. It's great. It's fine. But inside, they feel like they're running on a hamster wheel, that it's just a mundane tasks that they have to get through all day, kind of ho-hum, is this over yet? Constantly looking at their watch. What are you attracting if that's how you're feeling the majority of your day? So, can a human be happy on a hamster wheel? Some, right? Some people might find that that's just fine. They just want to go through the motions, get through their day, so that way they can do the stuff that really matters to them, the stuff that is really what makes them happy. And that's cool if that's how it works for you. But depending on how you're feeling off the wheel is going to determine not only how you feel on the wheel, but what wheel you're on. So I know, hang in there with me. If you want to feel the movement of life, you have to match the frequency of what you want, not what you don't want. So when you think of your life right now, what area in your life, what aspect of your life brings you the emotion that you want to feel more of? So back to those questions I asked. How do you want to feel throughout your day on an ideal day? Not every day is going to be perfect, and that's cool, but let's raise our standards here, and let's talk about how you want to feel more of the time. So when we think about that, okay, let's say I have a couple clients that they want to feel fulfilled by the end of their day. They want to feel satisfied by the end of their day. what other part of their life are they feeling satisfied and fulfilled? And then what can you do about that so that you feel it more of the time? Is this making sense? Are you guys tracking with me? Just throw it on in the chat and let me know. So Abraham Hicks explains it like this. If you want to listen to country music on the radio, and I'm going to go a little old school with you right now. If you want to hear country music on the radio, you have to turn the dial, and find the right broadcasting frequency, the station, so that you can hear country. You can't sit with your dial on a rock station and just hope to hear country at some point. You're going to have to move the dial. And if you don't move the dial enough and tune in to that station, to the country station, you're going to hear a bunch of static. So if you have the desire to hear country, you change the frequency, you move the dial, right? And then you get to the right station. That's how, it's the same way you're going to find and have your desires. Same thing. Because you've tuned into the channel of your desires. So I like to work backwards. How is it that you want to feel? What actions create that same emotion? Do more of that. You might not be able to spend the whole day doing that, but you can certainly do more of that. Because when you're in that emotion, that frequency, that vibration that you're putting out, you're going to get back in return. So it's all about how you're tuning in. How are you tuning into your life? Hi, Cindy. I'm so glad to see you here. There's going to be static along the way. It can't all be perfect. Those ebbs and flows, those ups and downs. We can't enjoy the ups unless we know what a down is. If we're always up, we're going to get stagnant. You can get stagnant even in the upper realm, right? You can feel great all of the time, but somehow it's going to also become mundane. Have you ever heard of anybody, talked to somebody, had a friend that they got everything they ever wanted, right? They got, or at least most of it, or what they said they wanted. And now they have their dream, and yet they're still not happy. Why? So a lot of this is about getting curious and asking questions to yourself. Because not every moment can be the same, and not every emotion. You can't stay in the same emotion all day. It would be the same as being a zombie. So you can't do that. So then that brings us to the other law, the law of rhythm. Good, bad, great, we'll see. I like to say it's not really good or bad. It's we'll see, because we don't know what's good or bad for us yet. And that's the other thing. We can put stuff out there to the universe of what we want. We can align with the frequency, match it, but how it gets delivered, we don't have control over that. So you're going to want to be really careful with the words that you use, and you want to be really careful with the energy that you're putting out, that vibration. So with the law of rhythm, let's think about the ocean. The tide comes in, the tide goes out. There's a flow, right? There's always going to be a flow. And everything is always in motion. So it's not about stopping the tides. It's not about stopping the flow. It's more about keeping them at a level that makes you satisfied and makes you happy. And you get to decide if you're going to ride the tide, ride the wave at the top of the wave, or are you going to be at the bottom of the wave? That's where you get to control a little bit of life. You get to decide from where you want to be. So if you're keeping your emotions elevated as much as possible, not all the time, but as much as possible, then the chances are you are going to be more at the top of the wave. But if you are in an emotional state that's very heavy most of the time, or you're dreading going into work, and that's 5 days a week, by the way, and probably on Sunday night, then you're going to find that you're going to be more at the bottom of the wave. So the goal here is to keep your head above water and ride the wave as high as you can. And that's why I tell my clients, you got to meditate in the morning. And we'll talk more about self-care some other time, but just remember, when you start your day at a higher level, right, elevated emotions, no matter what happens throughout your day, you're never going to be as low as if you start your day low and then get knocked down more. So just think about that, and then make an effort to start your day on a high note. That good old saying. So what would it mean if this was indeed the case? If we were happy and we're not feeling it, you get more of how you're feeling, right? So if how you're being, right, in the feeling, your frequency, it equals the feeling of your desire, then you can say whatever you want to, but you have to look at how you're living, feeling, acting, and thinking. That's where the key is. So that old saying, fake it till you make it, no, that's not true. To a point, you can go in and you can learn a new job, learn a new role, learn something new, and you can go through the motions until you get better at it, right? You improve yourself, but you can't fake a feeling and hope that the desire comes anyway. You have to feel it. One day I was doing my journaling, and I like to do a gratitude journal. And I had gotten to the point where I was doing it very robotically. Okay, 10 gratitudes, great. I'm happy. I'm so grateful for my bed. I'm so grateful for my house. I'm so grateful for my dogs. Very, very routine on the hamster wheel. But on this particular day, I sat down and I did my gratitude a little different. I changed it up. And I wrote about my wedding and how grateful I was for the things at my wedding and how they happened. And I was writing specifics, the first dance and how that felt, and just the whole night, and how wonderful it was and how beautiful. And I could feel it in my heart. That's the way to do your gratitudes. You got to feel it. So the same thing goes for this. If you want something and you're not getting it, if you're feeling stagnant, you're not moving forward, you're not living in the feeling of what you want. You're living in the feeling of what you have. Therefore, what does the universe give you? More of what you have. So if you're not matching the desires, you got to make the shift. So here's another example. Somebody says, I want to lose weight. I want to get healthier. I'm going to do it. This is the time. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be healthier. And then an hour later, 2 hours later, you see them eating junk food and they don't leave the house much. How about if you actually want to lose weight and get healthier, you prepare a little bit, actions, you go out, you get some healthier snacks, and maybe you start taking some walks, giving yourself a break from sitting around the house or sitting in front of your computer working. You go out and you do something that's going to fill you up and create that feeling inside of you that is going to motivate you to want to do more so you can have more of it. Okay. I want to get a new job. I hate this job. I hate my boss. Life sucks. Well, great. If you're living in that feeling, what do you think you're going to get more of? And one of the biggest things that I see happen over and over again is somebody feels this way and they go, I'm just going to quit and I'm just going to get a new job. Well, guess what? They end up getting another job where they hate their job, they hate their boss, and life sucks. So we have to prep ourselves. We have to get ourselves in a better feeling thought, better feeling emotionally about what we're going to be doing, what we actually want. So it could be something like, I can't wait to find the next right job. I can't wait to work on new projects. I can't wait to, listen to what my boss has to say, and that my boss is going to trust and respect me. And then go out and do something that makes you happy, that makes you feel that way, right? So that's where we get curious. If you have the new job and your boss respects you and you're enjoying working on the projects and it's in a good environment, how is that going to make you feel inside? Confident, accomplished by the end of the day. You're going to feel trusted. You're going to feel valued. So where else in your life can you feel confidence, feel accomplished, feel happy? It may be with your kids. It may be with your husband. It may be tending to the farm or taking care of your animals. Whatever it is, go do that. Go do whatever is going to get you in the same feeling as the desire that you want to create for yourself, that you want to have for yourself. So a hobby, being a parent, and that can be up and down too. I know that. I'm a parent. Where is your genius zone? Where is your genius zone? Those moments where you lose track of time, where everything that you're doing is involved in this one thing and you feel accomplished and proud of what you created. And that's what you want to do more of. So even if you have a job that makes you crazy, even if you have kids that are driving you nuts, when you can get yourself in the better feeling moods more of the time, the universe is going to give you more of what you want. You might see that the kids start acting differently, that the job isn't as bad for now, and you can find the position that you really want. So do as you say as you do. You want to make more money? Why? What emotions will come for that? What emotions will come from that, and why will those emotions come from that? Is it because money is going to give you security and independence and an ability to give back, and so that you are feeling more free, more in service to people? Excellent. Now, where else in your life can you feel secure, independent, freedom, and a sense of giving back? Go do that. Maybe it's volunteering. Maybe it's working at an animal shelter. Who knows? But go do it. Find it. Get curious. When you're feeling what you want, the universe has to stick to the laws, and you will receive more of how you're feeling, more opportunities to feel that way. You got to take those opportunities. You got to take the action to do it too. So last week we talked about being the writer, the casting director, and producer for this life experience that we're in. Now you get to be the director and the lead character too. So get curious, write down what you want, write down the feelings that will accompany that when you achieve it, and then look around you and see, what can I do now that's going to make me feel the same way? And remember, it's not going to happen exactly as you thought. You don't get to control how it's delivered to you. It could be Amazon, it could be FedEx. I'm just kidding. It could be, God, universe, the divine, whatever you believe in. It's always going to provide for you, but you can't control how it's delivered. Okay. So for goodness sake, mind your emotions, mind your words, and mind your actions. So I could literally talk about this all day. But we're out of time for today. Probably went over a little bit. Just remember, I hope you got something from this that you can apply right away. Next week, we're going to be talking about the lessons that we learned and some new perspectives about what we were really being taught. And that's just a little teaser about next week. Remember to subscribe, like, and share these videos. And make sure that you join the Calm the Chaos Facebook group, because I am going to be hosting a new workshop in a few weeks. And to really participate and engage, get the most out of that workshop, you're going to want to be part of the group. So just remember that every day can either be the best day or the worst day. You get to make that choice. So choose wisely, get in the right energy of what you want, and I'll see you next week.